Hey everybody, it's me Hetty, and I wanted to say hey. I know I'm slow putting the videos out. I'm about to share this wonderful chili recipe with you, which you can make either on the stove or in the Instant Pot. And it's delicious, and you can adjust the seasonings to your liking. I will also add alternate ingredients in the recipe, which is always listed down below the video in the description box. Anyway, like I said, I know I've been slow. I just got out of the hospital. I'm okay. I'm recouping, so don't worry about me. I'm just a little slow right now. But anyway, this is so good. You can make it weeknight. And if you do some things like I've taught y'all in the past, you can make this extremely, extremely fast. So anyway, look at this. It is wonderful. You don't have to add the corn. The corn is totally optional. But it does kick it up a notch. It stretches it some, and it's delicious. I love it. So anyway, let's get going. I've got about 2 pounds of ground beef right here. This is just some that I sauteed off in my cast iron skillet. I know I'm a little old school with the Instant Pot. Some people do everything in the pot. I like to do mine separately so I can drain it. These are my sauteed onions. Again, the full recipe is down below. And this was about 2 medium, just diced and sauteed. I like mine a little on the caramelized side of things. Right here is about 1.5 bell peppers, also sauteed. These were some of my frozen ones, as were the onions. I've told y'all about that. I just pulled them out of the freezer and nuked them for just a minute to loosen them up. This is 1 cup of beef stock. I'm just using soup base this time. I'm all out of all my good stuff. Giving it a little stir here. You can also use red bell pepper if you want to. Now this is my salt and pepper. And you can adjust that. All of these seasonings are adjustable. And again, the full recipe is down below. That was my cumin and paprika. This is chili powder going in. And this is 2 teaspoons of sugar, optional. I also use brown sugar sometimes. This is just what I grab first. I'll give that a little stir. I'm telling y'all, if you would do a few things, I'll provide some links up in the top right corner. I saute my onions, y'all know that. I freeze them. I do the same with my bell peppers. I even freeze my garlic quite a bit. Now, this is a fat 28-ounce can. Yeah, I said fat can of diced tomatoes. This is optional. You could use puree, and this is 1 can of pinto beans. Drained. Same with the kidney. I drained them. This is 1 can of dark red kidney beans. They're going in. I love it. I love black beans too, but guess what? I didn't have any. I would have thrown in a drained can of black beans as well. I just didn't have any. Thought I did. And now I've got a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, and I'm going to put in maybe about not quite half. I'm just going to kind of loosely put that in there. And you can save the rest of that can. I'm going to use it later. This is totally optional. I've got a small bag. I love this kind of corn, this mix of yellow and white. Totally optional. And it's frozen corn. I'm putting it in. If you're going to use canned corn, just drain it and save it until the end. Don't put it in now. And I almost forgot. I've got about 4 or 5 cloves of sauteed garlic. Now, you notice I'm not stirring that corn in. Just leave it over the top. All right? I'm going to put that lid on there. Make sure it's on seal. Alrighty, I did forget to film myself pressing the pressure cook button and setting the minutes, but it's pressure cook for 18 minutes with a natural release. And that's all there is to it. Okie dokie. 18 minutes later, make sure the little float valve has come down. That takes about 15-ish minutes. And this lid's going to come off. Nice and hot. Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Of course, it's not quite finished, and it's loose in there. And that's okay, because now I'm going to show you step by step how I finish it. Of course, I'm going to thicken it up. Of course, as we go along here, I'll be doing a final taste and an adjustment of my spices, and that'll be to your taste as well. Now, what I've done here is I've turned the pot on to saute, and now, remember the rest of that can of tomato paste? In it goes. That's going to be our thickening agent. Now, it's not going to thicken it all the way, but it's going to get it there, and then we're going to just keep this moving and stir it, and then it's going to get thick the way we want it, and we're just going to simmer it down until it is to your favorite chili consistency. People like it differently. But this is, look, this is just a few minutes later, not even 3 or 4 minutes later, and look at that. And I'm going to do my final taste. I didn't even need to adjust anything. But of course, again, it's to your taste. This is your chili. So you're going to adjust things the way you want. You can do some final additions. And remember, if you didn't use frozen corn and you wanted to add corn, that's when you would add this drained can of corn. Of course, I use frozen, so I already showed you how I put that in there. Now tonight, we're having ours over rice. A lot of times we have it just with a bowl, crackers. I use this as a base for Frito pie, sometimes with corn, sometimes without. I throw some jalapeno peppers in there many times. But this, y'all, is very good. I'm going to make it pretty for y'all. Got to put that cheese on there. Yes, I'm cheating. I didn't grate this cheese. This is just bagged cheese this time. I love to grate mine, but I just hadn't been up to it. And now, yum, 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 some of my amazing, tasty chili sauce. And I'm going to give you a recipe for that. I'll put a link right there for that chili sauce recipe. And you got to throw you some diced onions in there. And whoop, there's a dollop of sour cream. Make it all pretty for you. Now look, I'm going to share with y'all what I do next. Now this is good, y'all. You're going to eat it just like this. But budget stretcher, I make my husband's lunches up. So next I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. I just have these little prep containers that I keep on hand. And I put the rice in there, topped it with chili. And the wonderful thing about this, everybody, you can freeze it. Yes, it freezes very well. So I always try to get a couple of lunches when I make anything like this. And he says it's just as good as when I made it. Anyway, y'all, this is so good. I sure hope you're going to try it. And I hope you'll let me know in the comments below. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.